Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture on electrical circuit analysis. So today let us discuss magnetic circuits. So magnetic circuits in this lecture. So what is meant by first coupled circuit? What is meant by a coupled circuits? So let us see this. Coupled circuit means now we have one circuit is in the left side and the another circuit which is very close to the first one is another side, right side. Then when these two are said to be coupled circuit means, so whatever the electrical energy supplied to this first circuit is, so that means the electrical energy supplied to this first circuit, that means either the part of the electrical energy supplied to the first circuit or the entire electrical energy supplied to this first circuit is transferred to this second circuit without any electrical connection, then these two coils are said to be coupled circuits. Then these two coils are said to be coupled circuit. So this can be done, this is possible by sharing the electrical, that is magnetic flux produced by the coil with one another. So this is called a coupled circuits. Now next concept is, now let us discuss the first one is what? Yeah. You take one wire, okay, you twist like a coil, take wire, okay, twist like a coil, then this forms an inductor. So whenever you apply the some supply, whenever you give the electrical energy, that means if you apply the voltage, so the current starts flowing in this coil, okay, this is called inductor coil. So whenever the current flowing, so in this coil there is a magnetic lines of force, okay. So according to the Faraday's law, so whenever you allow the current into the conductor, so it will produce the magnetic lines of force, that is called, we are calling the magnetic lines of force, we are calling as a flux. The magnetic lines of force we are calling as a flux, denoted by F phi, where flux is nothing but our phi. So this is what the one concept. Next one is, so whenever this flux is linking with this, let us say this coil has n number of turns. This coil has n number of turns. So n is equal to any number. Let us say this flux linking with this coil, that flux, the linking of flux is nothing but our n into phi. So this is called flux linkage. So it is denoted by psi. Flux linkage. So phi is equal to n phi. Psi is equal to n phi. So what is the units? So Weber, flux is measured in Webers, and the turns measured is turns, number of turns. Therefore Weber turns. That means whenever you allow the current into the conducting material, okay, any conductor, so this flux is produced, this flux linking with this number of turns, so this is called flux linkage. This is denoted by psi, this is Weber turns units. Now this I, whenever this I is flowing in this n number of turns, okay, whenever this I is flowing into this n number of turns, so this is called our magnetomotive force. That means this is the responsible for generating this flux. So this is called a MMF. Then what is the MMF units? So MMF is nothing but our N into I. So the units is, so current is measured in amperes and constant. Therefore, ampere turns is the unit for this MMF. That means this MMF is the current flowing through the number of turns is the responsible producing the flux magnetic field. So this is called as a electromagnet. I mean this coil behave as a electromagnet. So whenever this flux linking with this coil, okay, this is called a flux linkage. So now, according to the Faraday's law, okay, according to the Faraday's law, according to the Faraday's law. So the Faraday's first law is what the Faraday's first law says that. So whenever the flux linkage changes, some EMF is induced in this coil. Okay, some EMF is induced in this coil. That EMF we are calling as a statically induced EMF. What is the Faraday's first law? So whenever the flux linkages, changes, that is voltage is induced in this coil. That is called EMF. That is this EMF is nothing but so statically induced EMF. Where this EMF is electromotive force. So what is the EMF means? Small voltage we are calling as a EMF. Okay, so this is what the Faraday's first law. That means whenever the flux is changing in the coil, voltage is induced in the same coil. That is called a Faraday's first law. Now, what is the Faraday's second law? The Faraday's second law is so the magnitude of this induced EMF can be found by Faraday's second law that state that the rate of change of flux linkages, the EMF is nothing but rate of change of flux linkages. The magnitude of the EMF depends upon the rate of change of flux linkages. Therefore, here E equal to, so what is the rate of change means? N in d by dt is rate of change. So what is the flux linkage? So this is a psi. Therefore, here d by dt of psi is nothing but our n into phi. Therefore, here n is a number, it's a constant number of terms. Therefore, n into d phi by dt. So this is what the induced EMF. Now, according to the one principle called Lenz law. According to the one principle called Lenz law. So the direction of this induced EMF, can be found. So what this Lenz law states that whatever the induced EMF in this coil, the EMF induced in this coil must oppose the cause producing it. This induced EMF must oppose the cause producing it. So what is the cause producing it? The change in flux. That means this induced EMF is due to the what? Change in flux. But this flux is due to our current flowing through the this one. That means this induced EMF must oppose the current. So this induced EMF must oppose the current means, so that means whenever this EMF is there, due to this EMF, the current is again generated in the coil. Because whenever you allow the current, that is supply current. So once the rate of change of flux linkages, EMF is induced. Due to this EMF, so current start flowing. Due to this current, so again the flux the winding has its own flux. So this flux must to oppose this flux. This flux must oppose this flux. So that is what the Lenz law. Therefore, this flux must be opposed to this flux. But this current, supply current depends upon the voltage, applied voltage here. Of course, for an inductor, okay, this voltage and current, what is the relation? So current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. That means the current, supply current, let us say this is IS, let us say I only. So I lags let us say this is called this EMF due to E, this current due to the EMF, IE, let us say IEMF. Okay, so this I must lag the voltage by 90 degrees. But this current must lag this current by 90 degrees. Okay, so this IEMF must lag this current, this flux or current. Okay, this current by 90 degrees. Therefore, the total delay is nothing but our 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So, which can be represented, this 180 degrees can be represented by using this EMF equation can be written as here E equal to minus n into d phi by dt. Minus n into d phi by dt. That means, so the EMF, this is the statically induced EMF. Okay. So the magnitude of the statically induced EMF can be found by using this Faraday's second law, that is rate of change of flux linkages. Rate of change of flux link, that is whenever the coil the flux linkage changes, EMF is induced. So more the flux linkages, more the EMF is induced. So according to the Lenz's law, this whatever the induced EMF voltage is produced, this must be oppose the cause producing it. Therefore, we are getting here minus sign here. So E equal to minus n into d phi by dt. So this is what the statically induced EMF. So how can we define the statically induced EMF? So statically induced EMF is the EMF. Statically induced EMF is the EMF in a stationary conductor. So this is stationary. This number of turns is a conductor. Stationary coil or stationary conductor. So statically induced EMF is the EMF in a stationary coil or steady coil or stationary conductor. Whenever the time varying current flowing through it. Whenever the time varying current flowing through the coil or conductor. So this is called a statically induced EMF. Okay. So this is what E is going to d phi by dt. Now let us understand that. So here this coil N is okay, right? So this is for statically induced EMF. Okay. Now here next one is now this E equal to I am writing as minus n into d phi by dt. Okay. So next one is, so I am multiplying with I and dividing with I. Okay. So current. Let us take the small example now. So how can I write this? How can I write this? Minus n into d phi by di. Let us say d phi by di. Okay, into let us say di by di. Okay, let us say di by di. Next to di by dt. Okay, so d phi by dt, d phi by di and di by dt. So where this n into d phi by di is nothing but our the term called self inductance. Okay, so of course we know that the voltage across the inductor. Okay, E is equal to minus, that is L into di by dt, but this minus is due to the Lenz's law which opposes the cause producing it. Therefore, where this L is called inductance. L is called inductance. Okay, or can say self inductance. Okay, you can say self inductance. So where the L is equal to what? Minus n into d phi by di. That means this is nothing but d by di of n phi. So this is what the self inductance L self. That means how can we define this L self? So L self is nothing but the self inductance, nothing but the rate of change of flux linkages with respect to the current flowing through the same coil. The rate of change of flux linkages with respect to the current flowing through the same coil, then this is called a self induction. Now whenever the current is changing in the one coil, the voltage is induced in the same coil. That property what you call self induction property. Next one is, let us understand that. So now we have discussed self inductance. So what is the self induced EMF? What is the property of self induction? Okay. Next we will see the mutual inductance and mutual inductance. Yes. So see here. Now this coil. Now there is another coil. Okay. So there is another coil which is very near to this, proximity near to this first coil. Okay. First one near to the first coil. Now see. Whenever you allow the current into this first coil, okay, the flux is generated. Okay. The flux is generated. Let us say that this is what the flux direction. Okay. So flux is generated, but this flux not only linking with this coil has N1 turns, let us say this coil has N2 turns. So this flux not only linking with this coil, but also linking with the second coil, which is very near to this coil. Okay, which is very near to this coil. Okay, so here these two coils are said to be coupled circuit. Now we will see later how it is. So now these two coils are magnetically coupled. That means whatever the flux generated in the first coil, the flux must be shared to the second coil. So these two coils are magnetically coupled. Now let us see this. Now of course, so whenever the current is changing in the primary, so changing current means what? Changing current means it is the alternating current. So again we are changing because of this alternating supply. So alternating current is flowing in the coil. So whenever alternating current is flowing in the coil, therefore the flux generated also alternating. Okay, flux generated phi also alternating. So whenever flux generated also alternating, okay, then the flux linkage also alternating. So whenever the rate of change of flux linkage, that means change in flux linkage is only the cause of the EMF production. So this is what that one. So whenever this current is changing means alternating current. So current is changing positively and negatively. So current is changing, so flux is generated. So flux is generated. Once the flux is generated, EMF is induced in this coil. Okay, that means when the flux is generated, so flux linkage takes place. So flux linkage takes place means N1 into phi1. Let us say the flux is here. Let us say phi1. Flux generated is phi1. Okay, phi only. Let us say phi1 because only one flux here. Phi1, okay, phi1, N1 into phi1, so this is called flux linkage. So the rate of change of flux linkages, the EMF is induced in the coil 1, that is E1, so that is called minus E1 into minus N1 into d phi by dt, d phi1 by dt. Okay, so whenever you you multiply and divide with di1 by di1, okay, di1 by di1. So what you will get here? Minus N1 into, okay, so it can be written as d phi1 by di1 into di1 by dt. Okay, so here minus N1, okay, this N1 into d phi1 by dt written as self inductance, okay, into di1 by dt. So that means self inductance is nothing but rate of change of flux linkages. N1 into phi, rate of change of flux linkages with respect to the current flowing through the same coil. The EMF is induced in this first coil. This is called self-induced EMF, that is E1. So according to the length law, this minus. Now the next concept is this flux not only linking with the first coil but also linking with the second coil. Now see here. So whenever the flux linkage, okay, therefore some of the EMF is induced. So the rate of change of flux linkage in the second coil, which leads to the EMF is induced in the second coil. That means this E2 is nothing but so minus rate of change of d by dt of N2 into phi1, N2 into phi1. That means so this minus N2 into d phi1 by dt. That means the rate of change of flux linkages. Okay, this flux is produced by the first coil, not the second coil. So the rate of change of flux linkage. Now multiply and divide with di1 by di1. Okay, di1 by di1. That means minus N2 into d phi1 by di1 into di1 by dt. So here minus N2 into d phi1 by di1 is can be written as here m. That is where m is equal to what? M is equal to N2 into d phi1 by dt. So this is called mutual inductance. That means the rate of change of di1 sorry. So the rate of change of flux linkage, okay, the rate of change of flux linkage with respect to the current flowing through the another coil, okay, I1 here. That means the rate of change of flux linkages with respect to the current flowing through the another coil, which is magnetically coupled to this coil. This is called mutual inductance. That means what is the mutual induction property? Means whenever the current is changing in the one coil, so voltage induced in the another coil. This property what you call mutual induction property. Okay, this is what the mutual inductance. Now this is the mutual inductance. Of course, the units for mutual inductance is in henries, and self inductance is also in henries. Okay, self inductance is also measured in henries. Okay, so how can you define this mutual inductance? Rate of change of flux linkages with respect to the current flowing through the another coil which is magnetically coupled to this coil. Okay, now the voltage, whatever the voltage induced in the second coil E2, this is called a mutual induced EMF. Mutual induced EMF. So what is a mutual induced EMF? Mutual induced EMF is the EMF in a coil with respect to the time varying current flowing through the another coil. Okay, mutual induced EMF is the EMF in a coil whenever the time varying current flowing through the other coil which is magnetically coupled to this coil, that is called a mutual induced EMF. The EMF what you call mutual induced EMF. So this is called self-induced EMF, and this is mutual induced EMF. So self-inductance and mutual inductance. Therefore, here self-inductance, okay, L self is equal to what? L self is equal to what here? N151 by I1 here. N1 N151 by I1. What is the mutual inductance? M is equal to, so N251 by I1. So self-inductance and mutual inductance. So this is what the today lecture. Thank you for listening the class.